In this video, we're going to go through the advanced panel. Let's go ahead and scroll on down almost to the very bottom here. Here we are. Now, in this section, only a few of the items should be used by the casual user. But I'm going to go ahead and touch on them anyway, just to let you know roughly what they are and how they can be used. Remember, if in doubt, always contact your hosting company before messing with any of these guys in here. It's better to ask how to use them instead of asking how to fix your site because you were tinkering with something that you didn't know anything about. And yes, I'm speaking from personal experience here. Now, the Apache handlers and the mem types pretty much deal with how the server reacts to the different types of extensions like .pdf or .jpg. And the image manager is something that allows you to do some image editing on your server. Frankly, this is something I would avoid because I would do any image editing on my computer with something like Photoshop or GIMP or Paint.net and then upload those edited images to my server. If we just take a quick look here, you can see you've got a thumbnailer, you've got an image scaler, which basically allows you to change the size of the images and to convert your image format. Now, the convert image format allows you to add to the existing images you've got or the existing image formats that you have by converting those to a particular image format. If we come on down here and just select my root directory. So let's say all of the image formats that you've got on the root directory right now, if you clicked on this option or let's say this option here, click on convert, you will now have, in addition to the existing original images and their formats, you'll also have a JPG format alongside of those. Now, this will not delete or change the existing images or the original images. It's just going to add to them. Because if you did this and then go to your root directory, you would see not only the original image formats, you would also see an accompanying JPG format of that original image. So I'm not really sure the purpose behind this, but I'm sure there is one. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there, right? So that's the image tools. And the index manager, now I've used this on occasion whenever I first purchase a domain. I would make sure that nobody could see that domain by checking no indexing. Because by default, let me just show you, and let's open up that domain in the browser. By default, you can see all the exposed files right here. And let's say I don't want that. I want to protect that, so I would come on in here under the index manager and click on no indexing, and you've got these other options here too. I'll show you those here in a second. Click on save, come on over here and refresh, and now those files or whatever's in there are not going to be seen by anybody, including search engines, by the way. Now, if you come on back in here and click on, say, standard indexing, no, that's pretty much the same as the default settings, where the file name will be shown. But fancy indexing, file names and descriptions are going to be shown, which again is something I don't want. But just to show you what it looks like this. So not only do you have the file names, but you also have descriptions, the size, and the last date they are modified. So that is the index manager. Error pages I've used quite a bit too. This is where you can come in and customize the error pages. For example, somebody types into their browser a URL that's non-existent on your domain. They will get a 404, sorry, page not found error because this page does not exist. Well, you can customize that by clicking on this little pencil guy here, and you've got an HTML editor where you can either create one yourself from right here, or typically what I would do is I would use a Dreamweaver or a Composer or a Front Page or some type of a HTML editor on my computer, create a customized looking page, and then copy and paste that HTML code into here. And you can also use these tags up here where in addition to the customized file that you put in here, you can add to that a tag, like for example, this tag would show the referring URL, or this tag would show that particular visitor's IP address, or this one here, the requested URL. You can put these throughout that custom HTML that you imported or that you copied and pasted into here and make that even more of a personalized custom error page. Now, not only can you do that with a 404 not found error page, you can do it with any of these, the 400, the 500, the 403, and so on. So that's a pretty nifty little tool there. That's the error pages. Now, the cron job comes in pretty handy, but you want to be very careful here because if you don't know what you're doing, like with the Apache handlers and the mem types, if you don't know what you're doing, then just stay away from this. But this is a way in which you can automate certain tasks that some scripts will require. Some scripts will give you a certain string that you simply add right here under the command line. Then you just click on Add New Cron Job and it'll show up down here. That's the cron jobs. Network tools, usually this is used whenever you've got a problem, whenever you first move a domain from one web hosting account to another one and things aren't working properly. You can put that domain name in here, click on Lookup, and it'll give you all the details on that domain currently. For example, if you change the DNS from the original server or from the original domain registrar so that it can be seen in this new web hosting account, you can go into here, do a lookup, and it'll show you what the current DNS is. And if it's not what you changed it to, then maybe it didn't take somewhere down the line. Likewise with a tracer route. This gives you additional information about that particular domain. Frankly, if I've got a problem with a domain, I won't do this myself. I will go in and contact the web hosting service and have them do it for me. That's what I'm paying them for. Besides that, a lot of the stuff that shows up here in this lookup means diddly to me. I have no clue what it means, so I would end up contacting them anyway. So why not just go ahead and save the time, contact them, let them do the heavy lifting for me. But that's the network tools. Front page extensions really is only necessary if you use front page, that being an HTML editor on your computer. Once enabled, allows you to work hand in hand with your server. In other words, you can do some editing on your computer through front page and can be tied directly to your server and those files associated with that particular HTML page that you're working on. So as you edit HTML pages within your front page software, you can quickly update those that are on the server as well, right from your computer desktop, provided you've got the front page extensions enabled. And the submit a support request, pretty much just like it sounds. You click on this, and it gives you a contact form where you can contact your web hosting company and alert them to any problems you're encountering. Frankly, I would go ahead and just call them, because if you've got a web hosting service that does not have a phone access, I would get a different web hosting service. That's just my 2 cents worth. This is not very effective. I mean, it does work. I've never used it before because if I have a problem, I will call my web hosting service. But if it's a problem that's not very dire and doesn't require immediate attention, then by all means, use your support request option in the advanced panel. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video on our cPanel's advanced panel. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a great day.